From ghostly encounters to mysterious creatures and bizarre natural phenomena, these videos will leave you questioning the boundaries between reality and the unknown. Art imitates life, and life imitates art. Until now, I thought this didn't apply to science fiction or horror movies. They seemed like the work of an overly imaginative bunch of people. But after watching this clip, I'm seriously doubting that. I don't know where art ends and reality begins.
What is happening?
A couple is driving through what they claim is somewhere near Niagara Falls. See all these people? They seem to be It's as if somebody yelled statue and people froze in whatever position they were in. This scene is straight out of a horror flick. If I were in that car, I'd lose my marbles. This just freaks me out. I really hope this is some kind of act or silent protest, and that all these people are voluntarily standing still. If not, I have no logical explanation for this. But one thing's for sure, I'm not going to Niagara Falls anytime soon. What is the one thing you look for the most when you're on vacation? For me, it's peace. I want to escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life and enjoy some quality solitude. Well, this next clip might make that peace a distant dream. This person is showing off their Airbnb booking. Looks great, doesn't it? Cozy bed, nice interiors and furniture, a beautiful bathtub, and plenty of wardrobe space for your belongings. But wait, there's a dark twist. Hidden inside one of those wardrobes is a secret chamber. And it's not just a small space. It's big enough for a few people to walk around and possibly stalk the occupants. But that's not all. This secret chamber leads to another hidden room, a full-size room. It gives off serious serial killer vibes. Why would someone construct such a space and then rent it out? What secrets is the owner hiding? This gives me a very bad feeling. Next time you're on vacation, make sure to thoroughly check your room. You never know what might be lurking behind those walls. Let's raise the horror quotient with this bizarre and chilling video. This person is out in the wild at night. You can hear a river flowing nearby, and the only light comes from the camera or a flashlight. At first, nothing seems out of place. But as they pan the camera around, they spot something unsettling. It looks like a man sitting on the riverbank. But what would someone be doing there at this time, in the pitch black with no light? He seems completely unfazed by the person recording him. He turns slightly to acknowledge the camera, but with no significant reaction. Now, here's where it gets terrifying. Look closely. He's not wearing any clothes. His skin looks bleached, almost white as if burned or decomposed. And his face, just below his eyes. There's something reflecting the light very brightly. Our person tries to get closer, and then the man slowly slips into the water and disappears. Who was that? Or what was that? Definitely not a living person? Is this evidence of the underworld? Was that a corpse caught between life and death? The eerie calm of this video really creeps me out. There's so much we don't know about our reality. What if that thing had attacked our cameraman? It's beyond me why people take such risks in life. Speaking of life and death, our next clip shows just how fragile and unpredictable life can be. One moment you're laughing and enjoying time with friends, and the next, it's all over. Fair warning, this clip ends in tragedy.
Вот, это уже не я. Нет места. Вот, так я уже эту всю флешку снимал. Ничего себе.
These guys seem to be somewhere in the wild. Judging by their attire, they might be construction workers. There's a bear just outside their cabin, and their dog is trying to chase it away. The men are laughing, completely unaware of the danger they're in.
Сейчас она ему поймает.
Watch closely. Another bear appears, then another. That's 3 full-grown bears. Yet, our men still don't take it seriously, or take any precautions. Suddenly, the biggest bear of them all attacks, and the clip ends there. Tragically, it was reported that they didn't make it. There are a lot of lessons here for all of us. First, stay away from places where you might encounter wild animals. Second, if you ever do, treat them with the utmost respect and caution. Third, protect nature and stop encroaching on wild spaces. The bear acted on instinct. It's these men who lost their survival instinct. So remember to respect the wild and always take caution. From one conspiracy that never goes away to another, unknown flying objects, or as they're now called, unknown aerial phenomenon.
I got this recliner. My neck would be broke right now. Damn.
Here's a man recording a bright, flashy object moving in the sky. It's twinkling, and there's no sound. It's quite high up. All we can see is a flashing dot of light. After a while, another one appears, moving from the opposite direction. Now we have 2 of them, moving in the same direction. So what are these? Can we attribute their source to something extraterrestrial, or is there a simpler, more earthly explanation? Could they just be satellites in high Earth orbit, and our cameraman, not knowing much about it, is confusing them for something else? There isn't enough material here to say conclusively one way or another. One thing's for sure, we're not seeing shooting stars. We're seeing something real. We just don't know exactly what it is. Our next clip is a stark reminder of how unpredictable life can be. You can be doing nothing wrong and still end up in a freak accident. This video is from inside a public transport bus. Everything seems normal. Suddenly, a deer comes crashing through the front. Glass is flying everywhere, and the commuter in the white shirt takes the brunt of it as the deer flies right at him. The deer is confused and hurt, and the commuter instinctively tries to kick it away. No one can plan or prepare for such an event. Let's see the footage from the front. It's just a normal road, other vehicles passing by. Our bus goes past a signal, and from the side, a deer comes running and jumps directly into the front glass of the bus. Look at the speed and force with which the deer impacts the glass. It's surprising it wasn't hurt more. This could have ended badly for so many. The deer could have died on impact. The commuter could have been seriously injured if the deer had hit him directly a few seconds earlier, and the deer could have hit the driver, causing the driver to lose control and potentially tumble the bus, leaving everyone injured, including people in nearby vehicles. These people were incredibly lucky. It's a reminder that life is fragile and unpredictable. Things can change anytime without warning, so cherish every moment of your life. I really want to know what's happening in this next clip, because I have no explanation for it.
And play that right now if you're here with me right now. Thank you.
This man is communicating with a musical toy of some sort. He asks the instrument to play music if it is with him right now, and it plays. Next, he asks if it's a male. No response.
Are you a male or female? Play that if you are a male. Are you a female? Thank you.
Then he asks if it's a female, and it plays the music again. So, what's happening here? Is he really communicating with some sort of spirit that can only communicate through this instrument? How many of you remember the first season of Stranger Things? You remember Will communicating with his mom using the lights in the house. Well, does our world have an upside down too? I'm really baffled by this. If you have an explanation, let us know what it is. If you have an attic in your house, first install lights and a camera there. We've seen a lot of attic videos recently that have left us shivering. This person is trying to record something in the attic. What is that, little aliens? At first glance, they're creepy. But on closer inspection, they're not extraterrestrial. These are obviously some kind of birds that have nested in the attic. The way they stand and their eyes give an illusion of something otherworldly. I'm relieved this attic video didn't terrify us like the others. But seriously, take my advice and install lights and a camera in your attic. You never know what you might find up there. Mother Nature can be as beautiful as she is terrifying. We've all enjoyed a stunning sunset on the beach or a refreshing drizzle on a hot day. That's nature being nurturing, but she also has a fury that's beyond terrifying.
Hey,
Look at this storm. Look at that fury. If those strong winds can do that to a tree, imagine what they could do to a person standing there. They'd go flying. I can't get over this. As terrifying as it is, it's also fascinating. We've built a modern world that protects us from nature's fury to a large extent. But imagine what our ancestors had to endure. Life was all about survival. Today, we take our world for granted. But the world we've built is like a house of cards. Electricity, mobile phones, the internet, all of these could come crumbling down at any time. We need to learn and teach our kids how to survive in nature just in case. We've got plenty of ghost videos on this channel, and after a few hundred, you get an idea of where most ghosts are caught on camera, usually in dark, wild, abandoned places. But until now, I've never come across a ghost video from a gym in broad daylight. Well, there's a first time for everything.
Sí, parece eso es una energía muy mala.
Ay, Dios mío, ¿qué le pasó?
Mamá, mire.
No, Dios, no, no, eso no es normal.
This man is exercising in a gym. He's the only one there. Weird things start happening, but he doesn't notice them at first. See those ropes rocking back and forth, even though nobody touched them, and then the light goes off in the stairway. Next, the medicine ball rolls over by itself. This spooks our man. He grabs his things to get out of there, but the ball rolls even further. As he's trying to make his way out, something pulls him by his legs and drags him across the floor. This is absolutely terrifying. Imagine the power it must take to lift and drag a person by the leg. This doesn't look staged at all. That man had nothing attached to him like strings to fake this. Whatever happened here is real. The only question is what? How comfortable are you now going to the gym and working out by yourself? In the next 3 videos, we're going to see something we can't explain. Seemingly ordinary places and setups, but something unexplainable happens. Let's start with the first one.
Donnie, someone just played the piano.
Here's footage from someone's living room. A lady is going about her daily chores when suddenly the piano starts playing by itself, or something invisible played the piano. She immediately calls out for Donald telling him that someone just played the piano.
Someone just played the piano. Someone just played the piano. I don't know.
The video is grainy, probably to protect the privacy of the people in it, but the reaction of the woman and the sounds in the video appear natural. So how is this possible? Is there an explanation for this? Next up, we have footage from what looks like a hospital. There's a gurney in the hallway. Watch what happens next. Something invisible just lifted the gurney and adjusted its position from lying down to sitting up. There doesn't appear to be any foul play involved. So, how did that happen? Is there any scientific explanation that makes sense here? I can't think of any. The fact that this footage is from a hospital makes it even more disturbing and scary. This next clip takes the cake. This seems to be footage from someone's living room. See that rocking chair? There's nobody in the room, yet it's rocking back and forth. We could write this off as wind blowing from somewhere, causing the chair to move, but then observe closely. The chair stops rocking for a brief moment, as if someone got up from it, and then it starts rocking again. Next, the furniture in front of the chair moves as if pushed by an invisible force. Then, a pillow on the sofa is moved, and another pillow falls to the floor. The furniture in front of the chair is pushed further with some force. That's too many unexplained things happening in one video. So, what do you think of the last 3 clips? Is there any way to explain what happened in these videos? It's clear there was no human interference. There seemed to be some invisible force influencing the physical world. This begs the question, are ghosts and spirits real? If it's ghosts in each of these videos, why is their influence so limited? Why don't we see them doing more substantial and dangerous things? Or is it something far crazier, like the colliding or overlapping of universes, causing a momentary glitch? I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe all of this is true, or none of it is. All I know is we can't explain these events in conventional terms. If any of you have theories, do share. Do you believe in ghostly possessions? If not, then this video might make you reconsider.
الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم.
In this eerie footage, a man explores an abandoned house that appears to have been deserted for quite some time. As he records the desolate interior, he comes across a strange sight. Startled by this unexpected discovery, the cameraman's fear intensifies, prompting him to recite prayers.
الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
To his horror, as he begins chanting, the cameraman's terror escalates as he witnesses this inexplicable sight. Still trembling with fear, the cameraman cautiously approaches the toy and kicks its head to determine if it's somehow alive. Finding no response, he hastily retreats, ending the video. The eerie phenomenon is sure to haunt the cameraman's nightmares for weeks to come, leaving us questioning the unseen forces at play in the abandoned house. In this video, a guy's filming on the beach, and he stumbles upon something that's straight up shocking. Right there on the sand, super close to where the waves are crashing in, is this massive crocodile head. But here's the wild part. There's no body, just the head. And it looks like it's been chopped clean off. The side of the head that's showing is huge, way bigger than you'd expect. I've got to say, it's pretty startling to see. You'd never expect to find a crocodile's head like this, especially at the beach by the ocean. Crocs don't hang out in the sea, right? So, it's got me scratching my head, wondering how it ended up there. Was it some kind of fierce fight out in the wild? Or something else? Honestly, I find it a bit creepy and sad too. It's not every day you see something like that, and it's a bit of a reality check about the wild stuff that happens in nature that we don't always see. In this video, we see it from the perspective of a man and his friend who have stumbled upon an intriguing tunnel in a wall late at night. Motivated by curiosity, they decide to investigate where this tunnel might lead. The friend leads the way with a flashlight, and the man with the camera follows into the narrow passage. As they progress further into the tunnel, they pause to scan the area with the flashlight. Suddenly, an unidentified, furry bipedal creature darts out from the depths of the tunnel towards them. The details are unclear due to the poor lighting, but it's evident that the animal is unlike any typical wildlife they've encountered before. Understandably alarmed, the two individuals make a quick and frantic retreat, managing to escape the tunnel. It's one of those encounters that's both thrilling and a little bit terrifying. It makes you wonder what's lurking in the shadows when we're not paying attention. Personally, I'm glad they got out okay, but part of me is super curious about what that creature was. In this intriguing video, a man is driving when he comes across a sight that is as baffling as it is fascinating. Captured from his car, the footage shows a small, thin figure making its way across the street. The figure has the shape and appearance of a human, but is remarkably miniature, standing at about 50 to 60 centimeters, or around 20 inches in height. It's clear from the video that this isn't a child. The proportions are all wrong. The figure is too slender, more akin to a miniature adult than anything else. It's as though an adult has been scaled down by some fantastical shrink machine. The existence of such a being on a regular street is a profound deviation from the ordinary and naturally raises a multitude of questions. Where did it come from? What is it exactly? The footage doesn't provide clear answers, but it does offer a glimpse into the extraordinary, challenging my perceptions of what is possible. Personally, I find the video intriguing, and I can't stop wondering if this is not just an edit. In this video, you're seeing something unusual and intriguing through what seems to be a microscope. There are two orange worm-like creatures arranged end-to-end in a circle. They're moving in a peculiar way, almost like the way our intestines move when they push food through our system. These creatures could be some type of small worms or another kind of microorganism using this movement to get around. What they're doing in that circle is a bit of a mystery. It could be part of their way of eating, moving, or something else we don't understand without more information. Personally, I find it fascinating to catch a glimpse of these tiny life forms. I am not sure what these creatures are, and I am very curious about it. If you know what could they be, write in the comments. The video showcases a series of intriguing photographs capturing the remains of an unusual animal found on an ocean shore. The visuals reveal an animal with fur, positioned belly up, displaying distinctive claws and fangs, a sight that certainly piques curiosity and perhaps a bit of mystery. From the images and the accompanying story, we learn that this peculiar find was made following a storm, suggesting that the turbulent weather may have played a role in bringing the creature to the shore. The mention of experts proposing that it could be a skunk adds an interesting twist to the tale. Skunks are not typically associated with oceanic environments, making this explanation both surprising and a topic of speculation. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. The video presents an unusual sight, filmed from the safety of a woman's home. She captures footage of a creature that defies easy categorization, appearing as a hybrid between a rat and a worm. This peculiar animal moves along the ground near a wall, showcasing characteristics that are both fascinating and a bit unsettling. With the body and movement reminiscent of a worm, combined with the tail of a rat, this creature presents a unique visual puzzle. Its size is notable too, measuring at least 15 centimeters or 6 inches in length and possessing a substantial thickness. The way it moves, akin to the undulating motion of a worm, adds to the intrigue surrounding its appearance. This video makes me very curious of what this creature can be. I am sure I have seen it around somewhere, but I can't remember where. The video captured by a surveillance camera inside a mosque presents a compelling and mysterious scene. It shows individuals dressed in white engaging in prayer or meditation, seated on their knees with their heads and bodies bowed in reverence. A humanoid shadow materializes suddenly, with no apparent source or explanation. This shadowy figure captures our attention as it moves with purpose across the room. Its destination seems to be the door, and as it reaches this threshold, the figure appears to dematerialize or vanish into thin air, leaving no trace of its presence. The appearance of such a figure makes me raise questions and speculations about its nature. One interpretation offered is that it could be a jinn, a being from Islamic mythology, known for its ability to shape-shift and appear in various forms, often invisible to the human eye. What do you think this could be? The video captured from a parking lot in a residential area of New Jersey showcases an extraordinary and unusual sight that is as bewildering as it is fascinating. The person behind the camera manages to record a bear. Remarkably, the bear is seen walking on 2 legs, much like a human, as it navigates the street with an almost casual demeanor. As the bear approaches a trash can, it continues to maintain its bipedal stance, peering inside the container with a level of curiosity and scrutiny one might expect from a person rather than a wild animal. Despite this human-like investigation, the bear seems to find nothing of interest, and maintaining its upright posture, decides to simply move on, minding its own business. Personally, I find this video both amusing and a little awe-inspiring. It's a reminder of the unexpected wonders our world has to offer, and the sometimes thin line between human and animal behavior. The video in question offers a glimpse into an extraordinary and somewhat unsettling sight, captured from the back of a truck that's transporting animals. The person filming has stumbled upon a creature that, at first glance, seems to resemble a cow. However, upon closer inspection, it's clear this is no ordinary cow. The most striking feature is the animal's head, which appears to be split in half by a pronounced line that divides not only the head, but also the mouth and tongue. As a result, when the cow opens its mouth, 2 tongues are visible, extending outwards in an unusual display. This peculiar physical trait makes the animal a subject of fascination and speculation. Without knowing more, it's challenging to determine the exact nature or cause of this unique appearance. It could be a rare genetic mutation, or perhaps a condition not commonly seen by the general public. On a personal note, encountering such a distinctive creature is a reminder of how vast and surprising nature and its anomalies can be. I am sure most of us would call it a cryptid if we saw it in the wild. The video, captured by a surveillance camera overlooking the yard of a house, depicts a tense and alarming scenario. It shows an individual armed with nothing but a long stick in a desperate attempt to defend themselves against a formidable threat. The tension escalates rapidly as 2 bears charge into the yard, their intentions unclear, but their presence undeniably menacing. While one of the bears decides to move on, the other, undeterred, launches an attack on the person. The bear's powerful leap results in the individual being knocked to the ground, a moment that must have been fraught with terror. On a personal note, maybe we should keep our homes away from their animals' habitat. This video captures a heart-stopping moment from the perspective of someone who has reached the summit of a mountain after a hike. Their camera pans to a scene unfolding below where a family, consisting of both adults and children, is seen hiking along a path. From the opposite side, emerging from the forest, a bear is spotted running towards them, setting the stage for a potentially terrifying encounter. Despite the distance, the presence of the bear injects a palpable tension into the scene. Remarkably, as the bear draws closer, the family's reaction is one of composed stillness rather than panic. This calm response seems to influence the situation significantly. Midway between the forest's edge and the family, the bear halts its approach, perhaps deterred by the group's tranquility or simply losing interest. After a tense pause, with the bear showing no signs of resuming its advance, the family cautiously continues along the path, aiming to put distance between themselves and the wild visitor. I admire how calm they remained in that situation, and that is what we should all do if we ever get in this situation, no matter how terrified we are. In this intriguing video, filmed on a beach in China, we witness a peculiar and somewhat eerie discovery. The footage is from the perspective of a man observing another individual who holds something quite unusual in his hands. Initially, it appears to be a mere pile of mold or moss, oddly resembling a human-shaped gingerbread in both shape and flatness. The scene takes an unexpected turn when, as the man handling the object begins to move it, the pile itself starts to show signs of life. This sudden animation transforms what was assumed to be an inanimate object into a living entity, casting an aura of mystery and a touch of the uncanny over the entire scene. The nature of this creature is not immediately clear from the video, leaving me to ponder its origins and identity. I have never seen such a creature, but if any of you have encountered anything like this before, let me know in the comments. The video presents a strikingly unusual sight, a creature that, at first glance, defies the norms of natural biology. Held by its wings by a man, this creature appears to be a chicken, but with an unexpected twist. It has the head of what looks to be a monkey. Such an anomaly prompts immediate questions about the authenticity of what we're seeing. Given the extraordinary nature of this creature, skepticism naturally arises. The possibility of video editing or the use of a mask to create this bizarre visual effect seems plausible. Similarly, the idea of placing a mask on a chicken, while unusual, could achieve a similar effect without the need for digital manipulation. I'm inclined to approach this video with caution, leaning towards the explanation that there's some form of trickery at play. The idea of a chicken with a monkey's head, while fascinating, challenges our understanding of biology and genetics to such an extent that seeking a more rational explanation seems wise. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. This video was recorded back in 2013 when a guy was hiking in the mountains and heard breaking branches close to him. Scared, he tried hiding and then looking for what was causing it. Soon enough, he was able to uncover the scary reason behind the sounds. Quite close to the guy, the creature remained half hidden in the bushes and trees. Its whole body was covered in thick, dark hair. The man remained hidden, trying his best to not be seen by the creature, or else it would have ended very badly for him. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but the creature seemed to be reaching with its arm, which I don't think a bear would do. You could see part of that tree moving like it was picking leaves. For me, it looked like it was Bigfoot. Also, it had a unique color, And I've heard people describing Bigfoots as having a mixture of colors like this creature. Could it be Bigfoot, or am I mistaken? And this is just a bear caught at just the right moment. There are times when humans come across a sight that takes them back to the mythological world. Something exactly like that happened in 2015 in Thailand when locals saw a buffalo giving birth to a scary creature. Although the animal was born to a healthy buffalo and had the hooves, body, and limbs of a mammal, it also had strange reptile-like scales and an elongated snout, and candles were lit around the calf, as locals believed it would bring them good luck, while humans' imagination and mind ran wild with the poor calf, assuming it to be an omen, or, for some, a mutation mix of a crocodile and a buffalo. In reality, it was just a baby with a skin disorder, resulting in it being scaly like a reptile. The strength and power golden eagles hold are unmatchable. And if you think these eagles only attempt to catch small fish or animals, then you are wrong. An example of their daring nature can be seen in this clip, where everything seems normal at first, with the deer family grazing busy in their own selves. But just then, the majestic eagle approaches from behind and attempts to catch one of the fawns. Thankfully, the deer were quick enough to not just react, but to run as well. And that's how the eagle's attempt failed. If the grazing animals had been slightly later, one of them would have been in the grip of the sharp claws, flying high above the sky, waiting to be someone's dinner. In 2016, a farmer in China came across a creepy sight. He was all excited for his pig who was soon to give birth. However, when it did, it wasn't exactly what the farmer was expecting. The piglet had 2 heads attached to one tiny body. It had 2 snouts and 3 eyes. According to the farmer, he did not feed the pigs anything toxic, so that could not be the reason. From the looks of it, the piglet appeared healthy, drinking milk and even eating like normal animal babies do. However, how long would it survive remained a question. I don't know why, but this is certainly not the first case I hear of such mutations. These kinds of things seem quite common in China, as animals with 2 heads or other mutations keep getting born every few months, but they don't survive for too long. I wonder why that is the case. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Storms are pretty scary to even look at from afar, but imagine being right in the middle of one. This is exactly what happened in this clip, where a man somehow managed to record all the chaos that was happening around him as a strong storm hit his house. At the start, the winds were not that strong, but within seconds, the whole scenario completely changed, and the car, the bins, and whatever was on the street started being pushed around. Even the trees, with such strong roots in the ground, couldn't hold the ground and broke into half. God knows how the man was able to stand there and record it all, and why he did not try to rush inside to somewhere safe. I am sure I wouldn't hang around with all this hell going around me. It literally took a few seconds for the whole scene to turn from peaceful to chaotic, and I guess that's how powerful nature is. If you guys love going to the beach for a nice sunny day and to get some needed tan, this clip will have you thinking twice before planning your next trip. This clip was recorded a couple of years ago when a huge wave hit the coast, although I'm not sure exactly where this is filmed. At the start of the clip, it looks like just a normal day on the beach. There was no water beyond the limits. However, in a matter of seconds, a huge wave hit, dragging with it everything around. The cars, the huts, and everything that was there completely vanished, with nothing but water in the sight everywhere. The guy who was recording it all was safe since he was standing on top of the building, but considering the flow, it would not be surprising if the water took the building down as well. I don't know if that was the case here, but I have to warn you, if you find yourself at a beach and see the waters retreat a lot, you need to run. A big wave is coming your way. Recorded years ago, this clip had everyone in shock as they laid their eyes on it. It was in India that some locals saw a weird animal roaming around their village. Not knowing what it was, they caught it and got it caged. At first, I thought that it's a dog with some skin disease, but it does not really look like a canine. The body shape resembles more of a rat. Was it some species that had somehow hidden from human eyes till today? Or was it just an animal with some abnormality that got way too big? When it was uploaded on the internet, everyone had their own opinions. However, I can't say for sure which is the true one. Anyone has any explanation? While most people only focused on the buffaloes making their way through the thick snow, not many saw what was happening in the background. While the buffaloes were busy walking around, not just one or two, but 4 massive creatures were captured on camera as well. They remained mostly hidden behind the trees, but the glimpse that we got was enough for us to know that they were none other than Bigfoot. They were huge if we consider their size compared to the trees, and the way they effortlessly moved through the snow tells us that they were not average humans. The footage was recorded by a camera mounted in the area for surveillance purposes, and when the authorities got the video, they were quite shocked. Do you believe this is footage of a Bigfoot family? This video was uploaded by a guy on YouTube in 2017. He recorded and uploaded it to see if others had any idea what the thing he just saw was. Apparently, it looked like an insect, but not one or two. Instead, a whole group conjoined together, clinging to a tree or rock in the creepiest way possible. And to make it scarier, the whole mass was pulsating in a weird way as well. At first, I was shocked and found myself scratching my head since I had no idea what it was. But later I found out online that this mass might be tens of sawfly larvae, although I can't say with full confidence that they appear much larger than they would be alone, and they then wriggle in unison to appear as one organism. I heard before of this kind of behavior, which is triggered in order to incur a survival advantage, because one single larvae would be easy to pick and eat by the birds. Therefore, they form this weird mass and freak every passing being out. But I can be wrong. What do you think? If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. There are sights you see that will always stay in your head to haunt you. And the sight of this donkey is one of them. Recorded years ago, this clip can still have the ability to haunt people. I know it will haunt me for the days to come. It shows a donkey with abnormal growth near its ears and on its face, which looks like an extreme case and must have had this donkey in severe pain. However, its bad luck was that it was in a village where instead of getting proper care, the donkey was made an exhibition for locals to come and have a look at. Without treatment, I suppose the donkey later died due to its situation, although I hope I am wrong. Ever had that dream where you're sprinting away from something through a desolate forest, feeling that spine-chilling fear? Well, this video, captured by a hiker in a Canadian forest, brings that very scenario to life. The clip starts with the camera capturing the shaky view of the forest trail, accompanied by heavy breathing from the cameraman, who's clearly running from something in the forest. Amidst the running, the hiker is also screaming, and the genuine fear in his screams is palpable. He pans the camera around attempting to catch a glimpse of whatever is chasing him, but fear strikes again, and he continues his frantic dash for safety. After moments of continuous screaming and running, when the hiker finally turns the camera back, it captures a humanoid figure in pursuit. This humanoid figure in pursuit appears to be a naked human, but with a muscular and robust build. As the figure closes in on the hiker, the video abruptly ends. The intensity of the hiker's breaths and screams creates a truly frightening atmosphere. To me, imagining the hiker alone with no one to help adds another layer of fear to this unsettling encounter. This video, shared by an adventure vlogger on YouTube, captures a nail-biting moment during their forest trail cycling adventure. Recorded with a GoPro, the clip shows the cyclists racing along a forest trail. Everything appears ordinary until at the 7-second mark, when slowed down, a lurking figure behind a tree becomes visible. This hidden observer is a bear, patiently waiting for the cyclists to approach, potentially intending to attack. Fortunately, the bear seemed a bit slow, allowing the cyclists to safely pass by without incident. The size of the bear is massive, highlighting the potential danger if it had chosen to confront the cyclists. Encounters like this aren't unheard of on these isolated forest trails. That's why I always stress the importance of carrying an air horn or bear spray on your forest trail adventures. Safety first. This incident was a seriously close call for the cyclists, and I'm just relieved they made it out okay. I recently stumbled upon this cool video on TikTok showing the game changer that polarized glasses can be, especially during water-related activities like fishing. In the clip, a fisherman demonstrates the incredible benefits of wearing polarized glasses in such situations. First, he captures the view without the glasses, and it's a bit unclear, like looking through a foggy window. But then, he puts on those magical polarized glasses, and suddenly, it's like a whole new world underwater.
With polarized lenses.
The once hidden underwater realm becomes crystal clear. You can see fishes casually swimming around, making it a breeze to target your catch. It's not just about fishing either. These glasses can spot potential wild creatures like crocodiles, or anacondas that might be camouflaged by the haze. The polarized glasses cut through the murkiness, letting you see what's really happening beneath the surface. It's like having a superpower for your eyes, making your water-related activities safer and more exciting. Next, we have a chilling video straight from Japan that's sure to send shivers down your spine. A local caught something downright eerie on camera. The video is set on a regular street, but the person filming isn't focused on the everyday hustle and bustle. Their attention is drawn to a tree, and what they capture is nothing short of supernatural. Perched on a branch is a creature that can only be described as bat-like. But that's not all. As the camera zooms in, the creature reveals more of its features: a humanoid body and 2 pointy ears. It's like something out of a gothic horror story, resembling the infamous gargoyles seen in architecture from that era. Gargoyles, those creepy carvings representing evil creatures, animals, and sinful humans. After a moment of just chilling on the tree, our gargoyle-looking friend takes flight, leaving the onlooker in shock. Now, here's the really hair-raising part. This isn't a one-time thing. Locals in other parts of the town have reported spotting similar creatures. The video ends, but the mystery lingers. This footage from Australia gives us a glimpse of why life there can be a bit challenging. In the video, captured on a security camera, a homeowner steps into her backyard at night, drawn by strange noises. Suddenly, she's taken aback by a peculiar flying bug darting towards her. Startled, she quickly swats it away with her hands and retreats indoors, slamming the door shut behind her. The bug is huge, and its flight pattern is quite odd, almost as if it's carrying something while flying. Maybe it's just a regular insect with its prey in its mouth, but the size of the prey seems too big for that. Luckily, the lady manages to shut the door before the creepy bug can follow her inside. It's moments like these that remind us of the wild and unpredictable nature of Australia's wildlife. This video shared on Instagram serves as a chilling reminder of why late-night trips to the kitchen might not be the best idea, and why keeping a water bottle by your bedside is a wise move. Recorded by a nanny cam, the footage unveils a dimly lit kitchen. Suddenly, the motion sensor light flickers on as the homeowner enters the room, but as the light illuminates the space, something eerie catches the eye. A head peeking through the partially opened door beside the fridge. Swiftly, the mysterious figure retreats into the shadows, seemingly unnoticed by the homeowner. Unaware of the presence lurking in her home, the homeowner proceeds with her task and closes the door before exiting the frame. It's a spine-tingling moment, realizing that someone or something was watching from the shadows without your knowledge. Describing the creature's appearance sends shivers down the spine. It certainly doesn't resemble anything human. With its alien-like facial features, characterized by large, hollow black eyes and pallid white skin, it's a sight straight out of a horror movie. After witnessing this unsettling encounter, I will keep a water bottle within arm's reach at all times, so I never have to face such an unnerving situation like that. A group of guys found something terrifying inside an abandoned house during the night. They seemed to be on the hunt for something, possibly curious or intrigued by the house's history, or rumors that it might be haunted.
Cover my back, alright?
As they explore, their suspicions seem to be confirmed in a startling way. Suddenly, a humanoid shape appears, emerging from behind one of the doors. The possibility that it might be a ghost seems to fit the eerie setting and the house's abandoned, mysterious nature. The video's blurriness makes it hard to see any clear details, adding to the spooky and uncertain atmosphere of the encounter. The appearance of this figure triggers immediate fear in the group. Their reaction is instinctive. They start to run, hurrying down the stairs in an attempt to leave the house as quickly as possible. I don't know how these people are so brave to go check this kind of places. I am terrified only by the idea of a ghost. The video presents a captivating optical illusion that initially confuses the viewer. At first glance, it appears to show a black t-shirt flying through a light blue sky, which might be mistaken for a cloudy backdrop. The object even seems to leave traces behind it, similar to the trail of an airplane, enhancing the illusion that it's soaring through the sky. However, the reality of the scene is revealed through a simple yet effective trick. Flipping the screen, when the perspective is inverted, it becomes clear that the supposed flying t-shirt is actually a duck swimming in a lake. The light blue background that resembled a sky is, in fact, the water of the lake, and what seemed like trails in the sky are ripples in the water created by the duck's movement. My mind was blown when I realized that what I thought to be a flying t-shirt appeared to be just a duck on a lake. This optical illusion cleverly plays with our perceptions, using the context and orientation to transform an ordinary scene into something entirely different. In this video, a man films the peak of a towering mountain. As he zooms in, The camera reveals a surprising sight atop the mountain, a large black figure, its size and shape evoking the image of the legendary Bigfoot. The figure's presence on the cloud, enshrouded peak, adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to the footage. The contrast between the distant lofty peak and the striking silhouette of the figure is striking. Watching this, one can't help but feel a sense of unease mixed with fascination. The possibility of such a creature like Bigfoot existing in such remote and inaccessible places stirs the imagination and curiosity. In this video, a man is hiking through a forest, likely in autumn, as indicated by the leafless trees. He spots a black, hairy creature off the side of the path, piquing his curiosity. Intrigued, he follows the figure with his camera as it crosses the path, moving calmly and seemingly unaware of being observed. The creature walks on 2 feet, adding to the mystery. As the man continues to film, he momentarily loses sight of the creature among the trees, but persists and manages to recapture its image. This peculiar detail leads to speculation about the creature's identity. The calm demeanor of the creature, especially in the presence of a human, is intriguing. It doesn't exhibit any predatory behavior, which casts doubt on the idea of it being a dangerous entity like a dogman. This raises questions about the authenticity of the video. The footage leaves an unsettling feeling. Is that really the best footage to date of a real dogman, or is it fake? This video, captured by an aquatic life researcher, showcases a truly unusual creature. A sea slug. This slug isn't your typical garden variety. Its body has a soft, almost jelly-like texture and appears translucent, allowing a glimpse of its internal organs, which resemble a web-like structure. It moves in a unique way, extending its gooey body to navigate its environment. While not large, its movement might be considered unsettling by some viewers, with its squishy body and elongated shape. I don't know about you guys, but I can see a slender internal structure for a worm being digested by the creature. As it propels itself forward, it grips onto rocks and other objects with its body. Now, while the appearance might not be everyone's cup of tea, it's important to remember that this creature plays a vital role in the marine ecosystem. So, next time you see a strange creature in a video, remember that even the most unusual organisms have their place in the natural world, and they often play fascinating and crucial roles in their ecosystem. Uploaded about 4 years ago, this clip still serves as stuff of nightmares for whoever watches it. Recorded by a security camera mounted on the front of the house to keep an eye on burglars or intruders. This clip recorded a terrifying thing. At first, nothing seems unusual, but then a figure appears to be coming towards the gate of the house. And as moments pass, we can see that the figure walks through the gate without even opening it. Many people on the internet blamed it on the camera being faulty, but if it was that, then how did he not open the gate before entering? The figure starts off as a weird silhouette of a man, and ends up as a normal human being walking towards the house. And that's what is most scary about this clip. No one in the house had ever seen this man before, even in their neighborhood, and according to them, they never saw anyone entering the house either. But then what was it? For me, the video looks quite genuine, but there's still a chance that it could be edited or a glitch. A man was filming a river in Payson Canyon when he heard noises in trees above the area that caught his attention. He turned his camera as he looked up, trying to catch whatever there was on camera, and that is when he caught the elusive creature on camera. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one. making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago by a man who claimed he had finally recorded a ghost in the cemetery, this clip shows us a weird shadow moving around behind a tombstone. For seconds straight, the shadow keeps moving around. However, the question here is, why exactly was the man there with a camera and a flashlight in the middle of a cemetery so late at night? And why did the ghost not come out of its hiding place and scare the man away? Was it even a real ghost? Or was it just a prank to fool everyone on the internet? This clip was recorded by a man who was running around in the woods when he started hearing weird sounds. According to him, it sounded like a human, so he decided to go and check who it was or if it was someone in need of help. In search of the origin of the voice, he got closer to a well that had been abandoned for hundreds of years and was famous for being haunted. As he got closer, his camera and his eyes both saw a creature in the depths of the well, looking straight at him. The creature of the well had a darkish appearance, with eyes that were glowing with blue light. The sight was so scary, it made the man run for his life, not even thinking twice about the voice he had heard before. Was it the creature that was making these sounds to lure the human nearby? Or was it someone who had fallen into the creature's trap before? I guess as the man ran away and never went back, we might never know. This video is nightmare fuel for anyone who hates bugs. Three friends stumbled upon a gruesome sight, a dead locust lying on the ground. But the real horror awaited them as they took a closer look.
That was a zombie cricket,
That's
dude.
crazy.
That thing was getting
I did
controlled
not
by
see
those
that.
parasites.
Like after I stepped on it, it looked dead, right?
Eerie, tentacle-like things were writhing and emerging from the locust's body. Each wriggling appendage seemed to move independently, intertwining with the others in a truly unsettling display. The friends, understandably creeped out, decided to take action by burning the whole thing down, which in my eyes was a pretty good move. But what exactly were these strange tentacles? They are a parasite known as the horsehair worm. These slender, roundworm parasites live up to their name, resembling long horsehairs. They're about the width of dental floss and can grow several inches long. These creepy crawlies target insects like locusts, cockroaches, and beetles, taking up residence inside their unfortunate hosts. The worms then slowly consume their victims from the inside out. Once the insect dies, the horsehair worms emerge, leaving a horrifying scene like the one captured in the video. So the next time you see an insect, you might think twice about squishing it. Another mind-boggling video from Reddit showcasing the mysterious and bizarre creatures lurking in our seas. In this clip, we're treated to the sight of a worm gracefully wriggling and swimming on the water's surface. But here's where things get really weird. As soon as the person behind the camera disturbs it, the worm dissolves into the water. Talk about strange, right? Now, Redditors who've watched this video are scratching their heads in confusion. Some reckon it's just ripple waves carrying debris that disintegrates upon disturbance. Others, with a more believable speculation, that these are pyrosomes, microbial colonies drifting with the current that separate upon disturbance. These pyrosomes can even stretch up to a whopping 18 meters long. Imagine encountering an 18-meter worm-like creature, only for it to vanish into thin air as soon as it touches you. That's enough to make anyone question their sanity. There are two types of people in this world, those who believe in parallel universes and those who don't. I used to fall into the latter category, but after seeing this video, I'm starting to think differently. Yep, what you just witnessed is the real, straight out of Saudi Arabia. This jaw-dropping footage was captured in the Saudi desert and showcases a truly bizarre sight. A waterfall made entirely of sand, cascading sand pouring down a cliff face, resembling a waterfall made of water. It's downright mesmerizing. Naturally, after this video surfaced, netizens were left scratching their heads. Some cried fake, while others speculated about apocalyptic prophecies. However, the truth behind this phenomenon is actually quite simple. During the onset of a storm, strong winds can carry vast amounts of sand. When this sand encounters a steep, hard slope, it cascades down, creating this breathtaking spectacle that looks straight out of a parallel universe. So next time you find yourself pondering the mysteries of the universe, just remember, sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. Let me show you what might just be the worst decision ever caught on camera. This footage hails from Indonesia and captures a truly ferocious flood obliterating a bridge with one swift blow. The sheer force of the flood is enough to sweep away everything in its path, from the sturdy bridge to nearby poles and trees. But here's the chilling part. Amidst this chaos, there are onlookers standing dangerously close, simply recording the spectacle. Unaware of the flood's true power, they soon realize it's getting out of hand. As the flood extends and heads toward them, panic sets in, and they scramble to retreat. Unfortunately, it seems they waited a bit too long to react. Aside from the sheer stupidity of the onlookers, this was a terrifying and powerful display of nature's might. It's moments like these that really send shivers down my spine, when nature reminds us of its unstoppable force. After watching this video, I must say, I'll never doubt what's possible and what's not again. This footage from Nigeria showcases something truly out of the ordinary. A strange goat born in a village. While the goat's body appears normal, it's the face that's really turned heads. It has two human-like eyes and a mouth complete with lips, but strangely, no visible nose. The combination of those eyes and lips gives it an uncanny resemblance to a human face, making it quite creepy to look at. Experts attribute this anomaly to genetic mutation, but some viewers speculate it could be the result of a crossbreeding experiment between a goat and a human. However, without more information, it's hard to say for sure. Either way, it's one of those jaw-dropping moments that makes you reconsider what you thought you knew. This video, captured by a kayaker, thrusts us into a startling scenario I know no one would want to be in. The kayaker, isolated in the vastness of the ocean, finds themselves in a heart-pounding situation. The water's surface, once a picture of calm, now betrays the movement of something immense lurking below. The suspense is palpable, as viewers can only imagine the size and nature of the creature causing such a disturbance. With my thalassophobia, I could never go into such deep waters with my kayak. But the video left me wondering, what could cause such a wave? An eerie setting becomes the backdrop for a chilling video that's bound to leave a lasting impression on anyone who dares to watch. The drone glides silently, its camera capturing the solemn tranquility of the cemetery below. Then, something unexpected and unsettling enters the frame. Beside one of the graves, a shadowy presence becomes apparent. It's not just any shadow. This one is unique. It appears as a translucent figure, a specter that moves with an otherworldly grace. This ghostly apparition doesn't seem bound by the laws of the physical world, and its presence in such a sacred and solemn place amplifies the eerie atmosphere. The sight of this shadowy figure, captured so clearly yet so mysteriously by the drone, sends me shivers down the spine. Our forests hold mysteries and fascinations beyond our comprehension, and sometimes humans stumble upon things that boggle the mind. In this video, a hiker makes a confusing discovery, a strange-looking creature in the heart of the forest at night. At first glance, it resembled a bobcat, but upon closer inspection, the creature's weird features became apparent. Though it had bobcat-like ears, its face was unusually wide, and the gap between its eyes raised eyebrows. What truly sends shivers down my spine is the creature's intense stare at the hiker. The eyes exude an eerie, almost evil quality, leaving a chilling impression that its intentions might not be as innocent as they seem. Glowing white eyes in the dead of night. From out of the darkness can barely be seen a shape, a moving creature. It is rumored to be the Australian yowie. Some individuals believe that yowies could be the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot, although there are different accounts regarding the creature. It is believed that this creature inhabits the outback and other remote areas of Australia. Opinions on the creature's behavior vary, with some describing it as timid or shy, while others claim it to be violent and aggressive. I think it is safe to say that whatever this creature is, it is a terrifying one one we would all want to avoid meeting in the forest. With its large forehead, we can almost imagine it to be a gorilla of sorts. Its movements are rapid and jerky. It seems to be hiding, but from what? Does it know it is being watched from this trail camera? These homeowners heard some strange sounds outside their home, and they started recording the outside. And what they saw was terrifying, as the owner started calling someone on his phone. Deep within the darkness, something seems to be moving. The creature remains still to begin with, hiding in the distance and watching. It then moves over to the side slightly and comes closer to the camera. I can't be sure if there is a time lapse on this video, but it seems that the frightening humanoid figure materializes ever closer. The figure is white and large, a skinwalker perhaps. If such a thing does indeed exist, I would imagine it to look just like this. You can hear the desperation in Richard's voice as he tries to convince his friend of what he is seeing.
It's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about?
At one point, the being looks almost ape-like, until it stands straight again, and then it clearly is not. The creature is very well aware that Richard is there, and it watches him. Richard says something like, "It came back."
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
Making us understand that this is not the first time he is visited by this. We can only hope that Richard's friend eventually believed him and came to his rescue. This driver caught a strange sight in the middle of the road and had to film it. A strange-looking predator carrying away its slain prey. The only thing really clear in this video is the fact that whatever the animal is walking away, it is carrying the head of a zebra. Where does the rest of the prey lie, we wonder? It is half bush pig, half buck of some kind, a deviant of nature, an amalgamation of beings that hides in the night. I am not quite sure what this creature is. Unfortunately, just as we see the profile of the animal, it disappears into the bush. But I think I've been watching this video too many times. The animal's bottom almost seems pixelated as it trots casually away, which makes me wonder whether the footage has been edited. The animal is indeed casual. It does not seem perturbed that there is a vehicle with bright lights following closely behind it. There is no sense of urgency. This in itself is strange and somewhat unnerving. This video starts innocently enough with a few guys filming something odd in the distance. The one filming makes reference to black dots, but their attention, and ours, is very soon diverted to the large human scaling the forest edge. We hear the cameraman's exclamation that it is a skinwalker.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What? Follow him. I videoed it.
Within Navajo culture, a skinwalker is characterized as a malevolent witch capable of transforming into, possessing, or camouflaging themselves as an animal. I was under the assumption, however, that skinwalkers ever only came out at night. This is in broad daylight. I'm really not sure what to make of it. The creature is huge, almost reaching the tops of the trees. Unfortunately, it isn't long before the guys lost the creature, so we can't be sure what it was that we saw. Living in India, watch out for the karate monkeys. In this video from a shop's security camera, the street scene unfolds with an elderly person strolling casually. Suddenly, a monkey appears on the scene, charging towards something. To everyone's surprise, it targets the old man directly. The monkey executes a strong, two-legged kick, sending the poor man tumbling to the ground. After the attack, displaying its natural agility and parkour skills, the monkey swiftly jumps onto a nearby car and makes a quick getaway. This unexpected encounter raises concerns, as the situation could have taken a more severe turn, especially if the elderly man had hit his head on something during the fall. If you're in India, it's crucial to stay vigilant and be cautious around these mischievous primates to avoid potential encounters like this one. This intriguing video comes from an African forest safari, where a tourist captures footage of a peculiar creature sitting inside a tree. At first glance, the creature appears similar to a baboon, but as the camera zooms in on its face, it reveals features unlike anything seen before. The creature possesses a strange and creepy humanoid hand, sitting upright and fixated on something. In the background, you can hear the voices of a large crowd that has gathered to witness this unusual sight. Suggesting that the creature might be hiding in the tree due to the attention. While some may speculate that it's a baboon, the unique and potentially damaged appearance of its face raises questions. I think that it could have faced confrontations with other baboons, which is common as they vie for territory. What are your thoughts on this strange creature sighting? This video was being recorded by two sisters just for fun, showing them goofing around for a while. But at some point, something bizarre appears right next to the corner of the door. The face of a pale woman with long dark hair can be seen peeking at them. The girl recording immediately notices it and goes after it, only to be met by this sight. She grabs her sister and both run outside, clearly spotting that there is someone inside their house. What exactly was that? A long-gone resident of the building, still trapped inside the house's walls? What do you think? The video you are about to see was supposedly taken by a villager who managed to finally catch a glimpse of what many people described as a nightmare for their lives. From a distance, the man catches a glimpse of a dark figure walking in the snow. He tries to zoom in, but the quality is poor, and we can't quite make much of it. Although the quality is bad, the man is convinced that what he caught on camera is the thing that terrorizes his village, with many people reporting hearing heavy footsteps outside their houses at night. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot? What do you think? Uploaded about 4 years ago, this clip still serves as stuff of nightmares for whoever watches it. Recorded by a security camera mounted on the front of the house to keep an eye on burglars or intruders. This clip recorded a terrifying thing. At first, nothing seems unusual, but then a figure appears to be coming towards the gate of the house. And as moments pass, we can see that the figure walks through the gate without even opening it. Many people on the internet blamed it on the camera being faulty. But if it was that, then how did he not open the gate before entering? The figure starts off as a weird silhouette of a man, and ends up as a normal human being walking towards the house. And that's what is most scary about this clip. No one in the house had ever seen this man before, even in their neighborhood, and according to them, they never saw anyone entering the house either. But then what was it? For me, the video looks quite genuine, but there's still a chance that it could be edited or a glitch. A man was filming a river in Payson Canyon when he heard noises in trees above the area that caught his attention. He turned his camera as he looked up, trying to catch whatever there was on camera, and that is when he caught the elusive creature on camera. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one, making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone, because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Recorded and uploaded on TikTok by a user named DeBlankers, this video had everyone in shock when they first saw it. What appears to be a spooky night soon turns into actual terror when a weird-looking creature appears on the screen crawling on the ground. The creature looked very skinny to be a human, and yet it did not resemble an animal either. What was it? For many, it was the infamous skinwalker accidentally caught on the trail camera. However, for others, it was just a hoax and nothing else. As the video gained more and more views, the mixed reactions it was getting got intense. Till today, no one has been able to tell what exactly it was. Was it really the skinwalker? What do you think? Hiking can be fun until you come face to face with the ultimate terror that nature is. In this video, we can see from the point of a few guys up a mountain slope, looking down at a bear making its way down the path. They are increasingly worried, yelling to get off the trail. We soon can see the three men on the other side of the trail making a run for it. I have to say that in this kind of situation, running is perhaps your worst choice. These killing machines of nature can catch up to you in the blink of an eye. But luckily for them, this bear did not seem in the mood to run, perhaps being already full from another meal. Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? I don't get what's with some adrenaline junkie hikers who just love to trek through forests in the dead of night. Take this video, for example. It's recorded by a hiker out exploring a Canadian forest, and it's a real heart-stopper. As the hiker makes his way through the woods, he starts hearing these spine-chilling screams echoing in the distance. They're unlike anything he's ever heard, the kind of screams that make your hair stand on end and send shivers down your spine. But does he turn back? No, he keeps on walking towards the source of the noise, which turns out to be a big mistake. Suddenly, he comes face to face with this terrifying creature peeking out from behind a tree. It's enough to make anyone break into a run for their life. And that's exactly what the hiker does. The video cuts off there, leaving us all on the edge of our seats. Now, as for what that creature actually is, well, your guess is as good as mine. Some say it looks like a bat-human hybrid, but who knows for sure? All I know is I'll be sticking to daytime hikes from now on. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. If you're not a fan of bugs, you might want to skip this next video. And if you're brave enough to watch, well, consider yourself warned. Yep, what you just witnessed isn't some dusty gust of wind. It's actually a terrifying swarm of locusts terrorizing the Russian countryside. In this clip, the sky is darkened by a massive swarm stretching over 70,000 hectares across farmland in southern Russia. It's pretty terrifying to witness. Local authorities were left scrambling, deploying vehicles and aircraft in a frantic attempt to combat this major infestation. But try as they might, capturing these bugs proved to be no easy feat. And for drivers on the roads, it's chaos as they swerve to avoid the colossal collection of bugs. Now, these locust plagues are a worldwide disaster with a history as long as time itself. And what's truly bone-chilling is how they ravage crops, leaving nothing but destruction in their wake. Imagine, in just a matter of minutes, they wipe out your entire field of crops, leaving you with nothing. This video hails from Bangladesh and was captured by a local villager out for a stroll. Hearing something rustling in the bushes, he whipped out his camera, expecting to catch sight of some animal, but what he found was far from ordinary. In the footage, we see the villager cautiously approaching a bush, and as he pans the camera, we're met with a spine-chilling sight, a pitch-black, humanoid-looking creature nestled within. The creature's eerie appearance sends shivers down your spine, especially as it locks eyes with the camera lens, seemingly unfazed by the flashlight. Despite the brightness of the flashlight, the creature remains shrouded in darkness, adding to the overall sense of dread. The villagers are left bewildered, unsure of what they're witnessing. Could there be something more sinister at play? This unsettling encounter leaves us questioning the unknown and the potential motives of this mysterious creature. Get ready to have your alien belief shaken if you're a skeptic, or reinforced if you're a believer like me, because this next clip is something else. So, this clip is making rounds on Reddit, claiming to be from the Dulce, New Mexico base, and it supposedly shows an alien-looking baby. And let me tell you, from the moment you lay eyes on this little creature, it's hard to deny its resemblance to what we imagine aliens to look like. The eyes, the head shape, the texture of its body, it all screams alien. But its lower body appears human-like. Now, some folks who've seen this video speculate that this tiny being is actually a human-alien hybrid created through genetic experimentation at the Dulce, New Mexico base. And given the times we live in, where genetic experiments aren't exactly unheard of, it's not entirely far-fetched. But even if it is some kind of experiment gone awry, it's safe to say they might have missed the mark on this one big time. While delving into research for an alien-themed video, I stumbled upon a chilling discovery from Russia dating back to 1996, and let me tell you, it's quite unsettling. In this vintage footage, an antiquarian proudly displays a mysterious find unearthed during his search for antiques. What he reveals is truly out of this world, a small, skeletal creature resembling something straight out of a sci-fi movie. From its elongated, oddly patterned head to its alien-like eyes, every aspect of this creature screams extraterrestrial. Its slender limbs only add to the otherworldly appearance, leaving us to wonder if it could indeed be a visitor from beyond our planet. This fascinating discovery raises the possibility that aliens may have visited Earth millions of years ago. However, skepticism remains, as it's equally plausible that this could be a clever hoax or a fabricated object. Regardless, the mere thought of such a find is enough to make one's imagination run wild. Sure, we've all seen rain, but have you ever heard of raining cows? This unbelievable video was captured at a cattle farm in Canada, and let me tell you, it's as bizarre as it gets. In it, there are a couple of cows munching away on their meal peacefully, when suddenly, out of nowhere, one of them comes crashing through the roof with a deafening bang. The roof is obliterated, and the poor cow finds itself stuck on the fence. After a bit of struggle, it manages to wriggle free and make a daring escape. Now, seeing a massive creature like a cow plummeting from the sky is definitely a strange sight to behold. My guess is maybe there was an upper floor to the farm, and the cow somehow tumbled off from there. But let's not forget, as weird as it is, it could have been pretty dangerous if a person had been in the cow's path when it crashed. I never thought I'd have to worry about raining cows, but here we are. As kids, we were all enchanted by fairy tales, but as adults, we tend to brush them off as mere fantasy. However, this video might make you reconsider. This video, caught by a home security camera in a house driveway, captured something truly strange. In the footage, we see two cars parked at night, when suddenly, a bug flits across the screen. The bug then returns, hovering for a moment before disappearing from view, ending the clip. Sounds pretty ordinary, right? Well, not quite. Upon closer inspection, slowing down the video reveals that this bug isn't your typical insect. It appears to have a humanoid shape with legs, arms, and wings resembling a miniature creature, straight out of a fairy tale. Some viewers have even gone so far as to suggest it looks like a fairy. Now, I'm inclined to think it's just a moth with an oddly shaped lower body that creates the illusion of legs. But in the right light, I have to admit it does have an old-worldly charm that's reminiscent of fairy tales. Our world never fails to surprise us, and the encounter captured in this video is a perfect example.
So it actually stung the tarantula. It is alive but paralyzed. The tarantula hawk is going to lay an egg on it.
This rare footage was taken by a hiker on a Canadian trail and showcases a fascinating interaction between a tarantula and a fly-like insect. In the video, we witness the insect dragging the tarantula across the trail. It's quite a sight to behold, especially considering the size of the insect compared to the tarantula, which appears lifeless as it's being pulled along. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. The hiker explains that the large insect dragging the tarantula is actually a species known as a tarantula hawk. These creatures have the ability to paralyze their prey and then transport them to their nests to lay eggs in their bodies. It's a bit unsettling to think about. But that's nature for you. While it's undeniably fascinating, I have to admit the thought of these tarantula hawks out there gives me the shivers. In November, a bizarre and eerie video surfaced on a YouTube channel called Shimmy Jim Hog. According to the video captions, a homeowner captured this footage around 1:30 in the morning when he started hearing strange noises on his roof, similar to what he had heard the previous night. Armed with his camera, he ventured outside to investigate. As the homeowner stepped outside, he shared with the camera his curiosity about the mysterious sounds. However, to his horror, when he pointed the camera towards the roof, he discovered a truly creepy humanoid figure staring down at him. The man, understandably startled, stumbled backward and rushed inside to grab his firearm. Upon returning, the mysterious creature had vanished into the night. The creature appeared bald with a large, round head, but due to the low light, its facial features remained obscured. To me, this creature resembles what is often referred to as the Rake. Regardless of its identity, the eerie encounter left an impression of something with potentially malevolent intentions. This video unfolds in the Himalayas, capturing footage that left viewers in a state of fear and confusion. Two hikers recorded this scene as they explored the Himalayan range, spotting a large dark creature in the distance leisurely strolling around. This creature, entirely black and seemingly covered in a thick coat of fur, initially gave off the impression of a bear. However, as it came into clearer view, it became evident that it wasn't a bear due to its humanoid posture. Some viewers who have seen the video are skeptical, suggesting it may be the elusive Yeti. The Yeti, often described as an ape-like creature, has been a subject of folklore in the region. So, the question remains, what do you think this creature is? A Yeti, or perhaps something even more strange and unsettling than our familiar classifications? This video serves as a clear reminder of why it's crucial to keep a close eye on toddlers, even if it's just a few seconds. Hailing from Seattle, the footage captured by a home security camera unfolds in the backyard of a house. The camera captures a curious toddler taking tentative steps towards something in the distance, piquing their interest. However, the unsettling part is that what caught the toddler's attention wasn't the usual suspects like a cat, dog, or squirrel. It was a massive black bear. The toddler heads directly toward the imposing bear. Fortunately, just in the nick of time, the toddler's mother rushes out to retrieve them. Yet, as she gets closer, she realizes that her little one is running straight towards the bear. Acting swiftly, the mother catches her toddler and brings them safely inside. It's undeniably a close call, and we're grateful that the mother's quick actions averted a potentially dangerous situation. Thank goodness for the vigilant mom. A video was uploaded on Reddit by a user claiming to have a clip of a mountain beast captured on a bridge. In the video, you can see the edge of a forest and the shadow of what seems to be a bridge road. After a few seconds, a large shadow appears, walking on the bridge. The shadow is quite big compared to the bridge and moves around casually. Its outline resembles a humanoid, making it look like a Sasquatch. However, I'm still not completely convinced by the video. It's just a shadow, and we don't have any other evidence that this is some kind of Sasquatch. It's possible that it's just a person walking close to the light source, creating the illusion of a monstrous shadow. However, even if it was a human, I can imagine being really scared if I were there and saw that. Even if you believe you've witnessed all the wonders of nature, the animal kingdom always has surprises in store, especially in the depths of our oceans. A recent internet sensation featured a particularly strange marine worm caught by a fisherman, showcasing the bizarre and unfamiliar side of ocean life. The video begins with the cameraman's hand displaying the worm he just reeled in. At first glance, the worm appears to be a typical ribbon worm, but it takes a sudden twist when it exposes its insides from its front end. The remarkable part is what emerges. It seems to be a mouth of its own. While it might give off an alien-like vibe, it's actually a worm employing a unique feeding mechanism. This weird process involves the worm extending a part called a proboscis, essentially an appendage it uses for feeding. The protruding mouth-like structure serves the purpose of pulling in food. Though it's a natural behavior for the worm, it undeniably presents a crazy and weird way of eating that manages to both intrigue and gross out viewers simultaneously. Nature's surprises truly never cease to amaze. A video surfaced on a Chinese content uploading platform, offering a glimpse of the eerie atmosphere on the roads at 1 in the morning. The footage combines views from 2 different traffic cameras situated across the city. Both cameras captured a mysterious, dark figure casually strolling along the road. This enigmatic entity appeared dark and transparent, with a distinctly humanoid outline. It moved in a manner reminiscent of a person, stepping in a humanoid posture and wandering aimlessly across the street. What makes this encounter more intriguing is that the same figure was recorded by another camera, displaying a similar outline and walking pattern. To me, this apparition resembled a wandering ghost or spirit. Given that it was spotted on 2 separate cameras, there's a possibility that this could be an authentic sighting of a ghost. However, it's essential to consider alternative explanations, such as potential camera malfunctions, or the chance that someone edited and added a computer-generated ghost in both frames. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Imagine yourself out fishing on a wonderfully serene day with clear skies and picturesque clouds. As you take in the beauty of the scene, you see this in the sky. Some fishermen off Key West have stumbled upon rare punch-hole clouds, creating an appearance that could easily be mistaken for some alien activity in the area. These punch holes present a captivating yet slightly eerie spectacle. Multiple formations of these clouds adorn the sky, leaving the recording fisherman understandably confused. The scene resembles something out of a doomsday apocalyptic event, adding an extra layer of intrigue. However, investigation revealed that these striking formations are not extraterrestrial in origin. Instead, they are a rare natural occurrence known as fall streak holes, also referred to as holopunch clouds. These formations occur when part of the cloud layer forms ice crystals large enough to fall as a fall streak. This phenomenon takes place in clouds containing supercooled water droplets, where the water is below 0 degrees Celsius, but hasn't frozen yet. Given their infrequency, it's no wonder that the fishermen and others witnessing such sights initially entertain thoughts of alien activity or some otherworldly event. Nature, as always, has its ways of surprising and captivating us. Trail cameras indeed offer a fascinating glimpse into places and moments that humans might not physically witness. However, sometimes the images they capture can be unsettling and raise many questions. In a video from a Canadian forest, recorded at 5 in the morning, the trail camera provides a view of the deep woods illuminated only by its flash. As the clip unfolds, a mysterious figure moves through the trees in the distant darkness. Unfortunately, the darkness prevents a clear view of the creature's appearance or even its outline. Nevertheless, the creature appears slender and quite tall. From my perspective, it seems like a humanoid creature, or more precisely, a human. The intriguing part, however, lies in questioning the presence of a person in the middle of the forest at such an early hour. For more captivating content like this, click here.